Welcome to another episode of Mr. J's Workshop. Today's an update where we are on Project 701. But before I step out and talk a little bit about 701, some of the new things happening here in Mr. J's Workshop. We got into 3D printing, and from the workshop, that I got to meet a lot of people who are using this to do little improvements in their Zenith aircraft. So some of the things I've been working on as projects to add to my little engraving business here is customized overlays. So I'm doing these little overlays here, and they're looking pretty good. I got a couple other ideas. I got one in the 701 that I'll show you. Also, custom throttle knobs, so we could personalize them or put your favorite logo on there. That's something else we're working on with 3D printing. As you see in the back here, I 3D printed all those aircrafts on the wall, so I was really enjoying that. So let's take a look at the Project 701. Bear with me, we're still a slow train here, but one step closer to getting it done. So let's take a look. Got to close the door to keep the AC going. I really wish I could move to 701 over there just to have that AC in the shop to make life easier on working on Project 701. Oh, another 3D product I'm working on that is a favorite here at the airport with the cruiser builders is these counterweight covers. And what makes them nice is that if you drill them or cut them or whatever you're doing to adjust for the counterweights on the ailerons, after you get done, you don't have to worry about trying to figure out how you're going to cosmetically make it look nice. You can take these covers and slide it right on the counterweight. That's another 3D project I'm working on, and I'm still coming up with a lot of other ideas. So Project 701, our last video we're talking about, where our goal was to get this started. Boy, I'll tell you, there's all types of little things that you keep finding that you need to order or need to make, and it just slows the whole process down. So what we have right now, we're still working on the wiring. Our EGT probes just came in, so I'll have to take the time now to drill the exhaust system out and put the probes in. Yeah, I guess we could have started the motor without the probes, but we're trying to get the wiring that we have all the engine monitoring systems working. So that's what we're doing right now, getting the wiring all together. Some of the wirings entail here is I'm using these battery terminals that screw into the firewall, and one option is you can run your wire right through the firewall in order to hook it up to the starter. But what we did here was we actually put these battery mounts on the firewall so you could bolt one cable on one side and bolt the other cable on the inside. Just be able to remove it easily. We also have the ground here that all the ground wires are going to connect to, so that makes it easier. And actually, Viking Aircraft has this particular item available. If you like this setup, you could take a look on their website and you'll find this battery firewall mount that just makes it a little bit easier. But again, you don't need this. You could just run a cable right through the firewall. Let's see. Another thing I did here, I purchased these rubber boots for the throttle cables, throttle linkage. And what they're going to do is the keep the, the carbon monoxide, the oil, and all that from coming into the cockpit. So it really seals nicely, cosmetically looks nice. And I just made a little plate to rivet to the firewall, and then I wire tied it to the cable, and it works really nice. Now, on our panel, little by little, wrapping the panel up. At this time, it's not painted or have any type of scheme because I'm still adding holes here and there. The plan is once I got everything where I want it, then I'll just remove the panel and either powder coat it, print on it. You're going to have to stay tuned on that. I have a theme that I'm using now. It's a stressed out Texas flag. And I think I've shared that before, but here it is here. This is the original plan. The gauges slightly changed a little bit. We now have this set up in the aircraft. We have an AV30, a flow meter, a vertical speed, an airspeed indicator, Garmin 600, little 600, which later on I got a 3D mount that makes it a flush mount on the panel, and I'll share that later in another video. We're using the Garmin radio. We're going to have a second AG30, and we're using the MGL engine monitor. So that's what we're using right now on the panel. Now, the way the panel is set up at this time, so this is our panel here, and just say we wanted to work on the panel. We would remove the mounting screws that hold it on the existing panel, and in this case, the way I designed it, I want to remove the radio first. So we're removing the Garmin radio. It's a nice radio. And right now it's a temporary Clecoat on here. Anytime else, this would always fall out. So here's our overlay. So basically everything comes out. It allows us easy access. I got plenty of room that I need to get behind the panel on either side. Very clean setup. And then to put it back on, I'm trying to make it look easy. We were just a little bit off. So we're going to put this on there. And put another one on here. And then pretty much I just screwed them out. Now, what we did was we cut it in 3 pieces. And so I don't have them mounted yet, but the other 2 pieces will permanently be attached to either side of the panel, because you got your throttle, you got your key, and the biggest thing, the throttle and all, would interfere with the panel coming out. So we just made it anything that's permanently going to be in the panel that we're not going to have to worry about too much. We want to be in this area and just have this area to check on the gauges or remove the gauges or whatever we need to do. So yeah, that's our panel setup. This is a 3D printed idea that I did for the switches. I'm still thinking about this because I'm almost thinking about doing something else, but I'm still experimenting, and I know I'm so wrapped up on this, I'm falling behind and getting the thing running. Other things, another 3D printed. I needed to come up with hole locations for for some of my equipment here. So I made some 3D printed fixtures. Also, I made the same thing for the gauges to locate the holes exactly. Been really happy with that. But this is where we're at on Project 701. It doesn't look like it's much, but it's been a lot of work just to get to what we're doing here. I look at it and I'm still ashamed, but we've been, I've been doing a lot of work. Mark, my partner on Project 701, he's been doing a lot of work, and sometimes it doesn't always show. One step at a time, get her done. There's another Zenith guy here in the field. I'm going to sneak over there and see if I could get him to introduce himself and show you his project. He's really moving out on that. He's putting us to shame at how fast he's putting this 750 together. So let's take a walk over his hangar and see where he's at. So I'm just a couple hangars down to the new Zenith builder here, and I'll let him introduce himself.
Hi, thanks a lot. I'm Tom Griffin.
Welcome.
Thank you, appreciate it. Watched several of your videos, and I met him from watching one of his YouTube videos, and so I came over. I called him up and contacted him, and came over here and stuff. So I had gone up to Mexico, Missouri last May. And so I built the rudder, did the rudder and workshop, and went up there and took a couple flights with Roger and placed an order for the 750 STOL, and got that going. And about June, two or 3 months later, I got a big crate delivered. It was the tail feather section, so it was the horizontal stabilizers and the flaperons and slats and things like that. And I built those in about, 2 or 3 months in my garage, and then just sat around and twiddled my thumbs. So instead of twiddling my thumbs too long, I actually found a Zenith Zodiac 601 XLB that was just a few miles away, and I purchased it. It was had about 500 hours on it. Purchased it, started flying it. I had to hangar it about an hour away in Hondo, and so I was down there flying it. And then this hangar came up a few months ago. Well, I'm getting ahead of myself. In February, I believe. February,
the workshop.
They had the rudder workshop here, Zenith, and so Roger and Sebastian came down. They brought the rest of my kit with me, so all of it's in here, and I started building it and started on the wings in my garage. And then this hangar came available, and so I snapped it up and I brought everything over here. And so I've been over here about not quite a month and a half. And so I've got the fuselage together, the wings partially built. I'm working on the cabin right now and doing that. So
and that's from beginning to where he's at now. This STOL is probably going to be done before I finish my 701. I'm crying here.
Well, I've got a lot more time. I'm sort of semi-retired, so I can come over here all day and just work on this and do that. So,
And what do you do for fun?
Well, like I said, I'm sort of semi-retired. I've got a couple of things that I still mess with, but I'm an FFL, so I have a little gun shop, but it's a country gun shop, and so I can do it by appointment, and I breed and run around with reining horses, quarter horses, and stuff. And so for the last couple of weeks, I've been up in Tulsa at a show up there and do that, and do a lot of vacations now that my wife's retired. So we just got off a cruise the other day. So horses and airplanes and motorcycles, not expensive hobbies, and vacations, nothing expensive at all. Just so.
Well, that's awesome. So I'm going to try to keep you in his progress because he's really moved along. And the 750 is just a scaled up from the 701, but man, he has made progress. So stay tuned, and we'll catch you next time. Have a great day.
Bye.